Well, it is the final day of the G7 summit and a lot is lined up for Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has embarked on a 6-day international tour and is currently attending the summit in Hiroshima. Prime Minister Modi began the final day of the G7 summit by visiting the Peace Memorial Museum at the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park. Prime Minister Modi paid his respects to the victims of the nuclear attack during World War II. Modi held bilateral talks with Brazilian President Lula da Silva and also with UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. The Prime Minister is currently attending the 8th working session of the G7 summit. Early on Saturday, Prime Minister Modi met the Quad group leaders on the sidelines of the summit. The four nations called for peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific maritime domain and said they strongly oppose actions that change the status quo in the region by force or coercion. In a much-observed meeting, Prime Minister Modi held talks with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Modi conveyed India's clear support for dialogue and diplomacy in the ongoing war. He said India will do whatever it can to resolve the Ukraine crisis. Modi also held talks with leaders of France, Germany, Japan, South Korea and Vietnam.
Did you sleep well?
Yeah.
Well, after the G7 summit, Modi will be heading to Papua New Guinea. This will be the first ever visit by an Indian Prime Minister to the island nation. He will co-chair the 3rd summit of the Forum for India-Pacific Islands Cooperation there. And the final stop of Modi's international trip will be Australia, where he will hold a bilateral meeting with Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese.